voice of 100 Thieves. We're ready to kick off what could be the conclusion of the series. 100 Thieves having picked up the first, we will now look at the second. And we're going to do it with Dust Moret and Jason Kaplan.
Thank you very much, guys. Let's get ready to kick this one off. Inferno, this is pretty much FURIA trying to keep their hopes alive within the ESL Pro League. If they win 2-1, if they can somehow come back and win here on Inferno and win on Mirage, there would be the potential for some tiebreaker situations to break down. But to win here after that first map performance, it's going to be tough.
And the good news, they are in Inferno, which they have actually won the last 4 times in a row they've played it, including beating Avantgarde and Fnatic on their way to a 3rd place finish at Starlight of Season 8. So Inferno's definitely very much in their wheelhouse, so it gives them certainly a shot at this, I would imagine. But 100 Thieves are also a pretty good Inferno team. They've had some pretty good results on it lately as well, with some of their big finishes that we've seen from them in Beijing and Star Ladder, and of course the last major. A lot of top 4 finishes for them at those tournaments, so they're going to feel pretty at home here too. Pistol round so far has been a bit of a stalemate, though Vinnie has gone down, so a man advantage from none other than JKS, of course. Who else would it be? Oh, the timing is so unreal on that. He did get away, though.
It's just causing a distraction, and with him kind of baiting a player to come into window, the rest of the team is actually rotated back towards the A site, which, funny enough, is going to work out for them. No one's there to defend. Yuri's the one rotating back in to potentially deal with this, but to be in a 1-on-5 is going to be a really tough ask. But you can still see 100 Thieves taking their time, looking to push in towards apartments at the exact same moment here, and with the smokes they have, the Molotov and the flashbang, this has to be an A hit.
Does seem like it's going to be, and there's going to be no one there. The closest is going to be Yuri, who's still sitting inside spawn. The gamble stack over towards B, which you can kind of respect them taking that decision, considering they are behind in the round on man count. But unfortunately for them, it just doesn't pan out. And so now they just have to kind of chill. I mean, saving a kit and a couple of armors wouldn't be a bad idea. It allows you to have an easier time force buying next round with upgraded pistols. And so, yeah, basically it's kind of an auto win from 100 Thieves just based on positioning alone. Just their decision-making gets in the victory without necessarily having to do a whole lot of fragging.
Yeah, and also the timing we talked about, by the way, with JKS going through tunnel, like jumping into tunnel when he gets peeked from window, that actually like works out in their favor, because then I think it was Yuri kind of reads it as like, hey, they're going to go B. So then they actually go for the 4-man stack there, and it kind of works out funny enough, even though JKS kind of got caught up there in the last few moments. And with only 1 kill in the pistol round, 100 Thieves will take the win.
Just one step closer towards securing themselves a playoff spot here at EPL Season 10. They are really just looking for the last team to do it. All the other teams have been decided. We had, Europe kind of solidified things. I think even yesterday their group was already kind of decided over there. So now we're just trying to do the same thing over here in the Americas.
And we got champions rising over there. Hugo taking the Birchill Burning Questions challenge over Harry. Kind of disappointed, Harry. I mean, he did technically have all those teams in his head ready to go, but then he just choked when it came down, which is funny, considering you're a commentator, and you kind of choke when you're on air. That made no sense to me, but well-deserved. Well, we are seeing MP7, actually, for Vinnie, funny enough, and a Scout for K Serato. They have upgraded their pistols a little bit.
Yep. Again, kind of this force buy you were expected to see.
Of course, JKS gets the 1 SG the team has. And he earned it with the 1 kill he got anyways.
You gotta give it to him, surely.
Well, Jacob looking to push in. He's able to get that first kill. There's still be a player inside the smoke and heart. Unfortunately, he's actually gonna be flashed up there. He was the one lurking. Now gonna rush down K Serato, and Master's gonna get himself 2 kills. A lot of extra money with the MAC-10. He'll get the bomb down another round. And Henny and Yuri are gonna be all alone with the Deagles, looking to maybe make it expensive. I imagine if you're Yuri, you're probably just trying to save the Deagle armor.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're Henny, you're just hoping you can get out of this position somehow, maybe take someone with you.
There you go, that's a good start. As it will farm with the MAC-10s, 3 kills with the MAC-10, so more than paid for itself now with that SMG bonus. Definitely going to help bolster their economy going forward. They retain the SG, which was like the one rifle they did invest into, so having that, of course, is going to be fantastic. And so there's 2 all-star from 100 Thieves, and likely FURIA will be taking the full save in the next round, so very... Okay, we should definitely see a 3-0. Should be in the keyword, obviously, but...
What year are we in?
Yeah. Definitely don't see 3-0s that often these days, but they still can. I feel like it's only going to get worse with the Galil buff. Like, it's just going to be a bunch of Galil armor buys.
So, for the people out there, I'm not going to lie, I didn't fully read into the patch notes. What changes to the Galil were actually made in the Famas?
It's $1,800 now, and the spray is more accurate.
Okay.
So it's a more viable weapon, and it's cheaper. So they like double buffed it.
Same with Famas too. I know you were testing around the burst fire on it. I don't know if there was a change to it or if you're just
I can't tell. Like, my brain makes me think that there is, but there wasn't actually anything that said that there was, so I don't know.
Okay.
But definitely the spray is better. No doubt about that. Definitely
Now they just need to buff the dualies.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's pretty low on the list.
I'm still saying, give it 2 crosshairs, and you can kill
I'm
people
all
with
the
either
way out.
crosshair.
I'm all the way out. I'm not sure who this guy is.
I mean, you're going to Kimbo. I mean,
Again, I'm not sure who this guy is.
this is why I don't do
Can't be associated with this.
game development. Well, you can see if you're maybe trying to come in. JKS does get tagged up here, gets dinked, but he's still going to get the kill on the Yuri down towards the bomb banana, and it should be 100 Thieves getting still a clean round. They only lost, I think, max 1 player per round.
Yeah. They've been doing really well. And when the full gun's coming out, I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, as you can see, Observer pointing out that they survive with pretty much everybody most of the time. So.
Thanks, Prius.
Yeah, help out that money.
I can't judge him too harshly. He went with me to go buy some clothes today.
He also went with lunch with me today. DJ was just
he was everyone's
he was out there. He was being social.
Did he pay for lunch?
No. But I mean, to be fair, there was no need for that.
I mean, he bought me ice cream.
That's fine.
The other day.
That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, now that we go into the first gun round, I'm kind of curious what's going to happen here because 100 Thieves are really good at the basics. That's kind of the foundation of this team is how good their defaults are. Watch out for like Liaz and Azza, kind of doing a lot of the B control stuff. Jacob being kind of the main mid-tree, and JKS are really good at apartments control and finding good timings off the balcony. So they can play default really well because of all those players I named. But what I'm really interested to see in how is Art and Vinnie going to challenge them at Banana, because that's going to be the main defenders of that side of the map. And Art can be so aggressive and really try to disrupt Azza and Liaz's banana control, and that could definitely be a key matchup in the game. So I have to keep an eye on that.
I'm also looking towards Hetty to start to show up here in this game. I mean, we know how prevalent, how strong his op can really be.
Sure.
But he doesn't have the opportunity really on Vertigo to get anything going.
Yep, and he's very mobile with the AWP. You'll see him play a lot of different positions, even sometimes solo will be, you know, definitely a lot of different angles he'll take in apartments, lane, arch side. So it's going to, you know, keep 100 Thieves guessing on where that op's going to be. But here is that kind of aggression I was talking about with Art and Vinnie over at Banana. They have already pushed Art over towards logs, and they've begun to retreat Vinnie. I think even Davey kind of mentioned this on the desk. This is something that FURIA love to do. They love to trust Art to solo B a lot, so they can kind of overstack this A side of the map. But again, I'm sure 100 Thieves have probably seen a good amount of film and probably know what they're up against.
Also, they kind of have...
Oh, they missed that.
Yes, Jacob's able to hold Boiler a little bit longer. But they also still have kind of like a mini bonus round going for 100 Thieves with Grass Faction and Liaz with the Mac 10s. Yep. I mean, if they take that, just the amount of money they're going to be able to have, they can maybe finally decide to upgrade in the round after, or maybe they're going to feel extra cheeky and still hold on to it. Art's going to need some rotation. They actually smoked out towards CT already, so really Vinnie can't help support here, to be honest. It's going to be Art by himself. He's able to throw a smoke down, but what? Not completely through the smoke. Vinnie goes through as well. He's going to fall, and 100 Thieves take the site with really no trouble.
That was actually nuts. What 100 Thieves did there was they actually threw the CT spawn smoke, I think from like way back in their own spawn area, like spawn stairs or back alt mid, something like that. And so what that does is because Art's soloing B, normally you can kind of know that they're setting that smoke up because he's playing really aggressive. So normally most people will throw that smoke from like logs or half wall or somewhere kind of in the banana area is my point. And so Art would be able to kind of either already get a kill and get the information that they're attacking B and then be able to fall back. Something, you know what I mean? Like, he would know that, hey, this is going to happen. I might be in some trouble. I might get isolated. But because they threw the smoke from so far back, Art never really knew that they had smoke CT spawn already. Now, obviously, he eventually hears it land and Bloom behind him. But at that point, he hasn't been able to fall back yet. They're starting to attack him with flashes. It was a really well-designed play from 100 Thieves. They probably knew that they were pressuring mid well enough to get that early rotation to A, and then they just kind of punish it. They get a bit fortunate with that spam, obviously. That probably wasn't a part of the game plan, but how they used their utility and how they moved throughout the map certainly was. So definitely was cool to see that.
And the unfortunate part for him is that like there was really no one in the vicinity to rotate in to help him out. Like he had the smoke, he put it down, but 100 Thieves, they were more than happy just to push straight through it. There was no Molotov to block them off. Obviously with the round losses they had before that, no real way to invest into it. Vinnie's just being burnt up, and Nate actually slowing him within the Molotov, puts him down to 26 HP. One grenade could finish him off, and Liaz actually might be able to just spray him straight through the smoke. There's going to be him off towards logs. Art's able to get the kill on Liaz as he tries to push through the smoke, and they've actually not spotted out Vinnie because Art's been able to get the 2 kills himself. Spraying through the smoke, gets Azure down to 11 HP on top of that. And FURIA already with a 2-man advantage. Unfortunately, Vinnie's going to fall to put it at least a little bit closer into the hands of 100 Thieves. But that's a start we need to see out of FURIA to get something going.
great work there by Art. Again, he is going to be kind of that thorn in their side at banana control. We talked about that early on, how that was going to be a key matchup, Art versus Liaz and Azza. How well could he kind of cut off this area of the map from being an option for 100 Thieves, or at least cause them to lose a lot of resources along the way. And it's definitely broken out in their favor in this round. A lot of time still left, though, and 100 Thieves are able to gather up together here towards banana. Yuri takes a late peek at middle, gets caught. Now even more pressure on Art to perform. He's still trying to hold an aggro angle. Azza's watching for the fallback. He could get trapped, but now he has support.
Oh, they're going to check this. It's about how many kills he can get. Only one, unfortunately, but luckily K-Serrata will be there. And now able to spot out JKS. He's going to look to back in towards the site. They're going to have Henny flanking from behind. I don't know if JKS is actually going to expect this. With no time left, he's going to have to just run straight for it. And Henny will close it out. And they will get finally a round on the board here for FURIA. But it still came down to that spray through the smoke out of Art to give them that early advantage.
And also just kind of good team play from Art and K-Serrata to close out the round. Kind of the bait and switch play off the sandbags. Art was basically trapped. And so K-Serrata was able to come in and get this trade that you see. Well, never mind, you didn't get to see it. But just take my word for it. Or just look at the kill feed on HLTV or something.
I believe you.
Yeah. So a quick timeout from 100 Thieves. The moment they lose a round, the moment that they taste defeat, they decide to take a little bit extra time to talk things over. Again, they know how important this map is. Again, they decide their own fate. They're the ones that don't have to worry about anybody else. If they win this series, they're through to the playoffs. Everything else is done. We kind of play a little fun match later on between E United and Isurus. But, you know, all the value is on 100 Thieves' shoulders. Now, if they were to lose this series, then all of a sudden it gets a little bit messy. We had some explanations, which I think are on the ESL CS Twitter account. One of the admins came on and talked about it, so I think there's a video clip there you can go watch if you're really curious. Or you can just wait and see how it shakes up, you know? That's what I'm personally doing. I don't want to try to use my brain power to sort that all out, you know? That ain't me. I'm just here to talk about it.
I mean, I barely have enough brain power to commentate, let alone try to work out how tiebreakers would work. But with them already getting the first map, that puts them in like a really good position to still have the qualification nonetheless. But winning here 2-0, that'd be the go-to plan, or winning 2-1. Either way, just winning in general for 100 Thieves. I think it would be a nice little bump in morale going into the actual playoffs kicking off in really not that long a time. Early December. Again,
same thing from FURIA, by the way. They're doing that same 4-1 with the early utility at B to set up a solo artist at the B site. This time it's Henny's AWP to do it. We can see that 100 Thieves were looking to go for some type of pit attack play. They might even do the smoke wall that lets him sneak into pit and try to get around Yuri. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. 100 Thieves have a lot of different smoke patterns they'll use to attack the A-bomb site. It's kind of the other big thing they have besides just having a good default. So I'm not sure which one to expect. With 4 people gathered at mid, I think they're going to try to sneak Jacob in the pit. I think he's going to try to like jump Pope and like see if he can get into the back of pit. But Yuri could cut him off before he ever gets there. So that's going to be, I feel like, what this hinges on.
Well, they did invest in early smoke. They threw in another one.
Because there's actually no one in pit, so if Jacob can actually get there, that would be huge. But again, it's all whether or not Yuri stops him.
There we go, 40 seconds left. Smoke's coming out, flashbangs as well. Let's see if Jacob can make his way in towards pit. Jump straight through, will be sprayed down unfortunately though. And now Art's gonna be overwhelmed on towards the arch side. Gets flashbang perfectly, but he's still surviving, he's still alive. K-Serrata's there to help assist, and look at this! FURIA just shut down the entire push in towards long and get themselves a second round.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's like one of the hard counters to that pit sneak is if someone's playing on the balcony, he doesn't get flashed. He kind of just gets free reign depending on route Jacob takes. If Jacob would have hugged left side and maybe stayed inside the smokes, he might have been able to avoid Yuri, but he actually jumped right, and so he gets caught. And then just a really good team play here at Arch with K-Serrata at the Moto Wrap, being able to kind of build off the fact that everyone was trying to get that kill through Archway. He was able to kind of blindside a few players, and so now FURIA's won a couple in a row. They're starting to get their footing in this game. Triple B opener once again. This time Gratisfaction looking to take the fight to them.
Oh, Art's gonna actually pick around with the flashbang. K-Serrata setting him up perfectly. And he has gotten tagged up. Art's gonna be low on HP. Even though it is currently a 3-on-5, there's still a chance that with Henny on 24 and Art on 14, like that he can actually turn this back around. And there's still 3 players at the B site. And eventually, we're gonna see Art rotate back towards A. But look how aggressive they're actually holding the A site. I mean, look at Yuri. He's gonna gather some early information, especially with the rotate back in towards middle.
Like, he kind of knew that he had a chance to take an aggressive angle like this because of all the action at Banana. And now that he holds that, that allows, I believe that's Art to be a little bit more comfortable just kind of playing inside spawn. He knows he has to worry about Arch Wrap, but not anymore. Bomb is down over towards the B side. Vinnie doing a great job here through the smoke with the SG. JKS is able to grab 1, but only 1 health left to his name, and so he's not long for this world. 3 in a row now for FURIA. Now that they've gotten their economy back in order, they're starting to make some of these aggressive plays work. They're getting the most out of their utility, so What's the adjustment going to be for 100 Thieves is the question you have to ask now. I mean, they have a couple of other A-set pieces they could go to since they keep getting blocked out of Banana early. That round, they try to take the fight to FURIA right away at top Banana and try to, bypass all the grenades and just, look to fight for this. Because it stinks as a T team to just, lose Banana control so early and then basically be, force-fed into A if you want to do something early to mid-round. Otherwise, you have to go for a late play to B. So you don't want to have your options eliminated. You want to be able to keep everything open. That's the bread and butter of Inferno, is to control top Banana and apartment simultaneously. Unfortunately, they're kind of failing on the Banana end of things lately.
Maybe a delayed take would be ideal for them. They do get the one-man set up towards the bomb Banana. Art, in the meantime, pushing out. Jacob will at least be able to return and get one, but Vinnie's still going to be here waiting, and I don't think Vinnie's going to miss too many of these shots. Flashbang comes through, which actually cost him his life, funny enough, because he turns away from it. JKS is still lurking in towards middle, though, trying to catch out any rotators back towards B, but they're still going to hold down this angle, and FURIA will tie things up.
Now, here's the thing. If you feel really confident that FURIA is going to keep doing triple B openings, the hardest counter that you can run is smoke right side and run it up the gun arch, because likely that means that on triple B subs, usually someone has to respect apartments in lane. So you either get like a 4-on-5 or 1 on an arch trap, and then you might control CT spawn, or you might just get it for free because it's like double lane. The thing is, it's like one of those things where it's like, well, crap, what if we guess wrong and we try to run up arch and there's actually somebody there? Again, it's a gamble you got to take.
Speaking of gambles again, Art gonna push straight through. Lias gonna be sprayed down through the smoke. Art is just winning out so many times at this Banana push. He's currently on 12 kills, and he's just hoping he gets some kills himself. Grass Faction now gonna look to push through. He does have the bomb in his hand, so he cannot really afford to fall here. Speak of the devil, just drops it off, and Henny's just waiting. Gets the tag out of JKS. We go for the re-peek, but JKS still gets the kill either way.
That's tough because he leg shot JKS and he pulled out the USP knowing he had a softened target, but just could not connect the dots before JKS was able to pull the trigger on the SG. Gets him into a 3 versus 4. Yuri trying to take up this position now. Oh, JKS though gets past the incendiary. And now all of a sudden Yuri has to respect that JKS could be going balcony, so he's causing so much havoc all by himself. All the while the other two members are just stampeding through this B bomb site. This is a great team effort where JKS has held players in place for so very long, and the other two just did great entry work. And now they might steal this round away.
Yeah, you see how slow Yuri is on the rotate, realizing he's going to have to worry about JKS. I mean, we still see Jacob low on HP. It is still very doable for the side of FURIA. They don't have any utility, though, which is going to be a major downside for them. And JKS is actually going to be flanking in towards CT spawn, keeping K-Serrano checking. This is going to be rough. FURIA, they have so many angles to check, so many angles to clear, so little time to do so, and they've already lost out on K-Serrano. Yuri just going to back away from this, realizing there's no chance to lock this down. And 100 Thieves will finally, after losing 4 rounds straight, we'll get another round.
Which is great because, again, they were down a man. And again, they're continuously losing control at Banana. They're losing that battle every single time these last, 3-4 rounds. But they found a way around it by JKS just causing so much inside the apartments by himself, and then a couple of clean entries from Gratis Faction and company on the opposite side of the map. So kind of a split push type method there from 100 Thieves.
Thing is, it's not a very efficient way that 100 Thieves are challenging Banana. I mean, Art has been able to get double, triple kills through smoke, sprays randomly. He's been consistently punishing them for going that route.
But if the CTs had their utility down and they're triple stacking, it is really hard to contest that. You kind of have to wait it out. But if you do, then you lose control of the map for so long. So again, it's one of those things where I think the only adjustment you can make is either you gut check it and you rush arch, or you play slow and you play into the late round.
I was going to say, maybe rush A. Just hey, if they're going to consistently triple stack and spray through, I'll just rush straight in towards A where they're not ready for us.
I mean, look at that. Liaz is 0-5 with 30-something ADR. He's the main B player for 100 Thieves on T side. So that is just an illustration of how much they're getting shut down on this map. And they're still up 5-4. So, I mean, not too shabby.
They can't complain too much. Actually throwing Art here with an op now.
Yep. Double op in play for them. One of the dangerous things that this team has up their sleeve.
Oh, the flashbang comes through. Grass Faction. He's going to sneak past the smoke, gets the first, rain onto the second. Art is just looking to survive here. They will be picked off, and that's the B defenders completely disposed of.
I can't believe he hung around that long. He could have got out of there. He had the option to run back to site and either play from the back or play coffins and buy time for the rotation of K-Serrano, but now K-Serrano is here and his teammates have already folded. And now, with the money the way that it is for FURIA, you have half the mind just to go ahead and tuck tail and save it because they don't have the utility to go for this retake. They have 1 Molotov and a couple of smokes. That's just not really enough in a 3 versus 5.
They have no loss bonus either. They've only lost 1 round.
Yep.
So no money. That's why I was kind of surprised to see them invest into like a double up when Art on the the rifles has been doing so well already. Why kind of switch it up to that, more forcing him to play passive? I guess maybe it's a read into the adaptation of, okay, 100 Thieves are consistently fighting for banana. Maybe we need to back off and give them some space and play a little bit further range.
Yeah, but if you're going to op, I don't know why he's playing top of sandbags. And on top of that, not taking the option to retreat when he had it. Like, he was sitting behind that smoke for so long, he could have very easily just tucked tail into the coffins or sight. Now, granted, there's something to be said for, well, if he runs away with the AWP and they're already down a man and he goes and plays new box or dark corner or whatever, he's just going to get smoked and mollied out of contention. And obviously, Case Rao will probably get smoked out CT spawn, so they're still going to have to play retake. But, hey, at least you can play retake in a 4-on-5 rather than a 3-on-5 and have to just tuck tail and save, you know? Like, there's a lot to be said about that from Art. But, again, that is kind of Art in a nutshell. He is that guy that likes to take those risks, be that aggressive guy. That's what can make FURIA so successful, is the fact that he's so hard to handle. But that round, 100 Thieves were up to the task.
100 Thieves haven't really been given many opportunities for someone like Henny, who can obviously be a playmaker for the team, to really be effective. They've gone B, I'd say, a majority of the rounds. We saw them go A once with a rifle round. They tried to sneak Jacob in towards pit, as we saw, and he got cleaned up before he even had a chance. Then again, Grass Faction, like him sneaking up like this and being that aggressive with the smoke already down and already, I think, spotting out Art.
Yeah.
Obviously, very, very tough to predict, but as I said before, Art could have ran away, could have saved the op to live to fight another day and potentially get a kill or two.
Certainly.
And they're forced up into this round. I mean, they have the SMG, the Famas. Remember, this is still the old patch, not the one that came out about an hour and a half ago, or 2 hours ago-ish.
Yep. So not the more powerful Famas. And obviously, if they lose here, they have to full save. That's where we can see an 8-4 from 100 Thieves, who already had a massive victory on Vertigo. I think it was 16-6, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it's starting to look that direction. Good one. That really just traps Art now. Luckily able to extinguish his way out, trying to stay around, though.
Kind of like this distraction, though, with him like behind sandbags. They obviously want to rush him down, but they didn't really predict there to be a player, I guess, towards the B side of that cross to help protect him. K-Straw not going to sneak in towards sandbags. Would they expect someone to be there? And actually, Az just popping off a shot for no reason. He's going to force K-Straw to come out and challenge him. And that's going to be the B side taken again here for 100 Thieves.
That's another FURIA member taking a risk on an even number situation and just kind of giving the round over. And now, I mean, you probably save again. I mean, why would you retake a 2 versus 3?
Oh, here he might try, it seems. It's just so weird to me to, like, not see, you know, thinking back to the double op round we saw it at FURIA, just kind of hold towards coffins, you know? Play the range.
It's like when you do the unexpected too many times, it eventually becomes expected, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's kind of what you're seeing here. Now, they're actually trying to challenge this retake a little bit, and Henny actually does fit one through the smoke, and so all of a sudden, this gets interesting.
Has just been spotted out too. It's actually doable for the side of FURIA. They do have a kill on Yuri. JKS, though, he has an SG and he's still alive, but Henny will get the kill, and FURIA, the retake, will be successful.
2v3 retake. I can't believe it. I mean, a lot of it comes down to Henny getting really fortunate with an op spam through the smoke that actually caught a kill and got them a 2-on-2. Then they got a great flash on that player on the back pillar.
Yeah, Azurimi was just barely sticking out.
A little bit too thick, too many C's.
I think 100 Thieves thought they weren't even going to try to challenge it.
Yeah, I think that's probably very true. I didn't expect them to go for it.
I mean, you're Jacob there. Like, there's no need to run around necessarily. I think he was trying to, like, maybe run away.
It's crazy, too, because if Henny doesn't get that op shot through the smoke kind of out of pure luck, they probably eventually back off.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of fortune going FURIA's way. Get around a bit earlier than expected. Oof.
Thing is, even with them winning the round, it's not like they have a ton of utility behind this. They had a Famas for Art. They threw a gun back. Grass Faction pushes up again and only gets one. Vinnie just trying to escape here. Gets some decent damage done to Liaz, but he will survive.
Oh, that nade was perfect. Just landed right on Liaz. Just a perfect bank shot. Man's playing billiards out right now.
They're still going B. I mean, Yuri's kind of like hoping for some kills. He's hoping for someone to show up. And he's going to get the kill on a Jacob. That was partially through the wall, but they're still going to continue to challenge, sort of rotating back towards A. They have a minute left. It's not like time is a factor here.
I think it's just because they're out of utility and they don't have any idea of what's going on at middle. They don't know if they're getting flanked or what. They don't want a chance having to check a bunch of corners trying to go back the other direction. They know that they have to just stand their ground here. But a 2-on-3 is going to be difficult. The bomb is getting planted at least, but that oh, it had a chance, but it missed, and it gives them a new lease on life for 100 Thieves.
Trying to get the player towards CT. Your will still survive. Vinnie, though, has been able to flank in. I don't think they're actually going to expect this. JKS is going to be watching the angle. Azur trying to watch towards CT. Flashbang comes through, and JKS gets completely blind. Now Azur has 3 players to find. 1 in front of him, 2 coming in from behind. It's just going to be a little bit too difficult for the Australian. And FURIA will tie things up with Vinnie getting a 4K.
Yeah, now what looked like was going to be an 8-4 based on, you know, you thinking 100 Thieves would win that 3 versus 2 post plant. And, you know, the economy situation has now turned into a tie game. And, again, Liaz continues to struggle. He's not, you know, James Bond. He's got some assists, but he still hasn't found the frags. Everyone else on his team has at least 7 or more.
He's got 7 of something.
Indeed, he does. And, again, that's their B player. You know, that's a guy that they rely on to help Azza fight for that area of the map. And if he keeps going down like that, they're never going to be able to get those situations cleanly.
I mean, to be fair, at least like FURIA have invested so much. So many players, so much utility early on. They've had a couple of hero plays out of someone like Art, like Vinnie, to really kind of lock things down.
Well, with the money the way it is for 100T, I'm not sure what kind of buy they're going to be able to get this round. It should still be full, to be quite honest. Maybe like 1 player is a little bit lacking, but everyone else should be fine. I'm just curious if we see the adjustment. Like, are they going to go for something faster paced towards mid and A? You know, are they going to go for the more aggressive, assertive apartments control? Like, I feel like something needs to change.
So you're still throwing some utility towards B to make FURIA think they're going this direction. Vinnie's actually been able to get far down, but he's taken most of this damage with just the Molotovs and takes down Azur with a blind shot through the smoke, giving its Liaz down to about 54 HP.
Yeah, now they already have that 3rd member that was B early, already rotated back. That's going to be Cerrado. He's playing over towards the closet. So they've been slowed down for too long to try to get the advantage. And look, all 5 players of FURIA are going B. They are so confident that they've shut down B so hard early that they're mega rotating. Now they finally do kind of send Vinnie back. They're like, all right, or Art back. All right, they're like, all right, come on now. Let's be reasonable. Let's not do 5.
Oh, Jacob with that kill is able to rotate in towards CT. Unfortunately, Art, the one who did rotate back towards B, is left to himself.
Spy time. That's all they got to do.
This is hard. How is he going to survive this? Good little smoke to actually buy him some time. They have to push through that if they want to get in towards the side. Jake, in the meantime, is like, all right, I'll just post it towards CT. He sits inside the smoke. He's going to follow the JKS. And they're going to just rush into the site and look for the plant. If you're FURIA here, again, money's not looking good. You have no loss bonus, really. Potentially saving, most likely saving, is going to be the play.
Absolutely. Even though Jacob wasn't required, he was definitely the insurance policy on that round. It feels like he would have been able to backstab Art for sure. Obviously, he was going to cut off any rotates that may have come through Library or Archway, so FURIA just get out of there, head towards T-spawn. They take up camp over there to save these 3 weapons. The 7th round will come out for 100 Thieves. It came a little bit more labored than I thought it would. In fact, I was a bit worried for them for a moment when FURIA started to rotate a 5th member over to A, but Jacob won a really big duel at Library. Yeah, which unlocked CT spawn for his team to do a mid-B split, and then they just, you know, caught Art, again, isolated. It's happened several different times they've been able to catch Art, but they've also lost a lot. So, I mean, that's why the score is so close, is we've kind of had almost even victories over there.
Also, I just want to say Jacob kind of redeeming himself from one of the rounds earlier where Henny picked him off through a smoke when they had a 3-on-2 post-plant situation. Like you said, that 1 kill towards the Library basically, you know, locked down that round for them. Obviously, the kill onto Art when he's inside the smoke helped quite a bit. But we're seeing a timeout of FURIA, so both teams really throwing a ton of timeouts into this first half. Obviously, FURIA, like, on the brink of not making the Pro League finals, but I think they're still going to be happy in the sense that they wanted to play in the Pro League, and they're able to finally qualify and get themselves through, and they obviously did extremely well, but you have to cast your mind back to how Group A played out.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot with upsets, though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they got upset by Indy in the first stage when they would have been the shoe-in to just first seed that group when they beat Made in Brazil, which was their biggest opponent in that group. And then, you know, they dropped the ball against United. Now, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. You lose to 100T, you know, you still don't go anyway. But, yeah, it's tough. I feel like they're still shaky. Even after a great performance at Star Ladder, they still seem to have their issues.
Well, again, the early 3-man push out of FURIA to get a little bit of banana control. In the meantime, 100 Thieves already set up for potential execute towards A. Henny with the AWP, you're only on 2 kills, but that's just more of a credit to the lack of attention towards the A site out of 100 Thieves. And they actually have, yet again, Art pushed up aggressively towards the bomb banana. There's no smoke there, but he's going to continue to push it. Flashbang comes through.
Yeah. Like, something about fool me once. That is kind of a throwback reference to a few days ago, so sorry to those of you who weren't tuned in for that broadcast.
Like 8 times we did it.
Yeah.
Oh, I say we, it was me.
About to say, you're going to have to start paying J. Cole royalty fees after the amount of times we've used that lyric. But anyway, we are going to see 100 Thieves actually pivot pretty heavily towards the B side now. They've done their work with the pressure of utility on A side. Now they got Vinnie all by his lonesome at new box. Vinnie is good for one, almost a second. Not quite, though.
K-Stroud trying to push in, the smoke just being spammed out through. He actually does get through, catches out JKS, but the damage that Jacob did was enough to allow JKS to clean up that kill. And now Yuri's alone against 4, the other low HP, but there's no chance he can clutch this one out, and 100 Thieves will get the guaranteed first half victory.
That was rude. Slayed that chicken.
I mean, if you think about with how much catering we've had, how many chickens we've slayed.
We have eaten a lot of chicken. In fact, every night for dinner, I think there's some form of chicken.
Yeah,
Prius
pretty
agrees.
I mean, to be fair, we had like vegan mac and cheese, which like...
That wasn't mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That was straight up carrots with cheese. And it wasn't even real cheese.
It wasn't even cheese. That was the pasta wasn't the not vegan part necessarily. I mean, then again, it is. It has eggs in it, right? But still.
Like, yeah. I mean, they're really just, that really has no place being called mac and cheese, does it?
No. Well, we are going to the last round of the first half.
Doesn't mean it can't be good. It shouldn't be named that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things like that that like still are good, but you shouldn't take the name of something far superior.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like boneless wings. Like, you're not wings, dog. You're nuggets.
Okay, you know what?
You straight up are nuggets.
Don't bring up this topic because we're going to have a lengthy discussion about that.
They're still good. They're just not wings.
Yes, but they're
okay. That's all I needed. All I need you to do is
doesn't mean you
admit that they're
can't call them boneless wings because technically it's
It's
true.
breast meat.
Yeah, but it's not like ground up meat like chicken nuggets, all right? With bones in it.
Good quality nuggets don't have to be ground up. Okay, we'll leave this.
Jacob's going to be burned up. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's a private conversation, I think.
They lose out on an early player, and FURIA desperately need that considering they don't really have any weaponry in this round. They do have the SG save from Yuri and the SMGs. Honestly trying to save this round somehow, but it might overwhelm the defenders towards the A site. Yuri, though, able to chime in, gets himself 2. Finally a chance to shine for him.
It's not going well this round for 100 Thieves, is it? It's
No.
the last round of the half, their last chance to take a big lead before we transition sides, and seems like FURIA want to keep this one close, which, to be fair, considering that they were down 0-4, this is not a bad CT side out of FURIA.
Oh, 1 HP in the dream for Hazard there. That will still be an 8-7 half going the way of 100 Thieves and put themselves 8 rounds away from closing out the entire series and booking their tickets over to Denmark. I'm sure they'd be really happy about traveling there, obviously playing against the best teams in the world. But you know what time it is, Dust?
Break time.
Almost.
Chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different.
Well, to be honest, I think Dust and I both still have tears in our eyes after a nice little outro into the halftime break. But as you can see, Jacob stepping up, Vinnie as well, 126.9 ADR. I'm gonna make that my notification.
Now I'm like, got this weird Stockholm syndrome about it. Like I don't know when it's coming. You know, it's got me trapped in the room.
Wait, Stockholm syndrome is when you fall in love with your capture.
Yeah, yeah. So,
you're in love with it.
I'm in love with the sound,
Good.
but
Good.
it's, you know.
I think all of us are in love with it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna make that my notification whenever you text me.
It's good.
Gives you more reason to text me in the future.
We're putting that on the App Store for 99 cents.
Of course, of course.
Got to monetize that somehow, you know. We're out here trying to get paid.
Well, 100 Thieves up 8-7 here. They're gonna take this pistol round. Looking to back off as well and towards the ace. Actually go for the counter push back into it. Grass Faction just goes right inside the smoke. But the CZ might be able to do some decent damage. Gets actually the bomb down, turns around for another kill. He's gonna go back into smoke for a third time, and look at that! He takes down a third member. Now it's all on Vinnie. Up against the 3 from 100 Thieves. Not expecting the play that Grass Faction was able to pull off, but luckily for him, he's been able to sneak in towards Archway. He does have a chance because they don't know where he's going to be. He spots out the first, but we'll expect JKS off to the side. Doesn't matter. Grass Faction, he has a sixth sense. He turns around, gets the headshot, and gets himself a 4K.
Well then. That was something, wasn't it? No, don't see a lot of CZs on pistol rounds.
You know what would be great? You know, like the SG.
I bet you're going to tell me.
The sound the SG makes when you spray it. What if they replace like each bullet with you making that sound?
That does seem unreasonable.
Or just the shotgun, you know, Mag 7.
Yeah, I mean something with like a slower fire rate. Otherwise, it just gets a little.
Or we get overwhelmed with dust.
Yeah.
And that turns into a what?
Oh, there's tasers on the field, so maybe Art can just get a tase kill, and then it'll be the perfect. It'll be exactly what we need. Chances of him getting a taser kill though from T side is pretty low.
It's like the third time he's bought it actually, because twice on Vertigo.
I just feel like the chances of it working is pretty low on T side. Unless the Gratisfaction re-peaks, or it gets a oh come on, I need this.
The thing you never knew.
You need it. I need it right now. I think everyone would love to see a Zeus kill, to be fair. Like, it's always entertaining. It's very tilting. What if he tastes his own teammate by accident?
Oh, you got me. You got me really.
Like,
all kinds of what there.
Oh, man, that would have been epic. Doesn't happen, though, of course.
Can you even kill a teammate with it, like, from 100 HP?
I don't know. I've never tried, so...
I know what I'm doing in matchmaking.
I know what I'm trying next time I play.
No, we're going to FURIA, a round that honestly is going to be very tough to win. We obviously see the 4 SMGs out of 100 Thieves, and of course the Famas as well. We're going to be looking to push it towards B. JKS looking to make some money, but he only is able to get 1 kill, and K-Strada gets a quick little double.
Wow.
That's
actually a lot.
The bomb's still down, though.
Yep, that is kind of a problem. That's
Yes.
the key. But look what they've done. They've caused everyone to rotate, so he actually is able to backtrack, grab the bomb. They're going to be able to go into an empty A bomb site. Well, never mind. It's not empty. Liaz's actually still here, and he can still play spoiler.
Oh, he's
in a perfect position. Oh, he bypasses and goes apartments. Never mind. They are going to get the plant, but at least they got Gratisfaction back this way as well.
I'm not sure actually fully they'll get the plant unless he goes in towards site, because Grass Faction is going to be here. I mean, they pushed out Banana as well, so they know they're going to be heading towards this ace site.
Could he tase
8
him?
seconds left. He's going to have to make a move now. Art, unfortunately, only with the Glock, though. The bomb should be planted. No, it doesn't. Actually gets dropped. Good job by 100 Thieves to close that out and kind of adapt mid-round. What was that?
What was call a timeout, maybe? I think. I don't know.
Do the coaches have the ability to call a timeout?
They can request that their player does, maybe.
But like,
yeah,
do they have the ability to like look at the admins and be like timeout, timeout, and then the admins will force it? Because obviously coaches in like professional sports can do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe
Actually, no,
what you just saw there was all they needed to do.
Can they do it? I think just signal to their players to do it.
Yeah, I guess that's what we just saw there. So
Okay.
it's a quick timeout to be called. I think because things just got real close that round. They know that they are up against it. I'm not sure.
Oh, they're going to be up against actually 3 SGs and an AK, and they did have they had what, 4 MP9s and a Famas in the prior round for 100 Thieves. And they're only able to get 2 M4s off of this. So this is actually be a very tough round for them. Like, FURIA have them outgunned.
Sure.
Only thing they don't have them beat on is utility.
Or maybe it was to call a play like this. Like, they actually do 4-stack A early. They actually have a couple of Zeus's, like Gratisfaction and Azza. What are they going to do with those Zeus's?
Well, I'll tell you what it sounds like.
afraid of that. I still think it sounds. I think it sounds pretty accurate. I think I did myself justice on that. Anyway, we are going to see a big push onto that B-bomb site, and it's all open now. It's just JKS solo defending. It was at 1-4 stack for 100 Thieves. They had to gamble because they had a bunch of MP9s. Gamble didn't pay off. They do have a ton of incendiaries and HE grenades that go for a retake, even though they're down a man. They can do a lot of nade damage before they ever have to actually face someone with a rifle. But they're going to just go ahead and fall back. Understandable, money's really tight.
Yeah, their weaponry is also not the best here either. Maybe if Grass Faction get a kill. Though if you're Furia, like why would you push into CT spawn here? You'd want to play it safe. Don't lose any of these weapons.
So your hope for if you're 100 Thieves was either JKS doesn't die and you 5-on-5 retake with still having control of construction, or JKS like gets a kill and you have a 5-on-4 retake, and then that's when those 3 incendiaries and 3 HE grenades and a retake set up on B would have actually been great. But just 4-on-5. Don't have construction control, it's tough. So they do just go ahead and retreat back.
Tough times here for Furia, but they are on track to tying things up.
Certainly are.
I was just double checking. I wasn't confident that they hadn't already for some reason. I don't know.
It's okay, man.
It's been a long trip.
It has been a long trip. You were here every day of the season, and you've been doing some other stuff in between. So
yeah.
you've definitely had a long stint. I've done what, like
you traveled
15
as well.
Of the 18 days.
Yeah, I mean you went to Rotterdam.
And Rotterdam, yeah. So I'm kind of in a similar boat, I guess.
And let's not talk about Stunna because I don't think he ever gets time off, to be honest.
The guy's been out there grinding. Same for Sponge. All the guys really have been. It's been a busy end of the year. But happy to be here. I mean, you gotta sit back sometimes and just realize, man, we get to do this, and I mean that is pretty awesome.
Well,
and we're glad that all of you out there decide to tune in and support it.
We did get yelled at on the way into the studio today outside the hotel. Some guy in a minivan driving by. Some old busted-ass minivan, screaming, hanging out the window, screaming, "You probably get paid too much."
And I mean, he probably wasn't getting paid enough with that busted minivan. So I mean, who took the real L there? I guess. I guess the JKS will hold on to that one as he is going to get entry on by Art. Nice little headshot there. Now it's a 5-on-3, and I mean, 100 Thieves are basically in the same boat they were last round. Like they lost too much. They don't have quite enough to go for the retake. Money is still in a really precarious situation, and Furia are chipping away at the lead. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to be.
They like really want to make sure to have that stable economy. Don't get like caught out by someone. I would still love to see a play where like an entire team stands inside an enemy smoke, and then the smoke dissipates and they just like try to kill the entire.
Yeah. They're doing great work. I mean, Furia is always known to be like a really fast, explosive team, and one of the things that's changed with Henny coming in as the AWP is you've seen Yuri, who used to be kind of the like primary entry fragger. Still does some entry work. I mean, but he used to always like play boiler in mid, or if they were going for a B hit, he would be kind of one of the front runners of it with Art and company. Now he kind of plays more of an apartments position, so that's why you see him over here kind of just holding that down while they were doing like kind of a 4-1 on B. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on for Furia. It's been working out so far. Again, they won it all 3 times they played it at Starlighter. They won it in the first stage here, beating a couple of good teams. I think Fnatic and Avangard are included in that. So, yeah, they definitely have an effective style on this map. Especially because, T side of Inferno, it can be difficult to, run an op all the time. But because Henny and Art are actually, like, pretty capable entry riflers, they can still get away with running a lot of 5-rifle setups, which we've been seeing them do quite a lot. That's still going to be the case, especially with SGs.
100 Thieves still really not able to buy up really anything here. They're just maintaining the weapons they had before, saving with the USPs for JKS and Grass Faction. Gonna go for an aggressive play towards Bomb Banana. Jacob might be able to spray them down. Channel is inner Art here.
Yeah, JKS and Jacob, kind of that tag team duo anchoring this B site, similar to A site and Mirage. They definitely work together quite well and on a bunch of different maps. But unfortunately, again, Art is just wreaking havoc, leading this charge with Vinnie. Jacob finally fights back. Oh, nice.
Second kill.
It's a big one, too. Really slows down this attack and allows a rotation for Grass Faction.
I wonder if they're going to expect Azure to be here.
Haven't seen him yet. Yeah, you're right. Might not.
Well, he gets some decent damage done. Jacob actually could clean that up. He's got so many other targets to worry about. That's going to be the problem for him. Grass Faction might push some smoke here. Jacob gets another kill. That's his 3rd of the round. He peeks the left-hand side. He could potentially drop K-Serrato. That would be number 4. He needs some assistance. K-Strada will cleanly get that kill, and Henny as well, and Elias, but that was still a costly round, but FURIA still have so much money in the bank. It's not too big of a worry for them.
Finally, though, you can see 100 Thieves be able to get a buy. I feel like they have really been like penny pinching the last few rounds, having to save guns, at times saving MP9s over. They haven't really had a comfortable full buy yet this entire half, despite the fact that we're, you know, coming into round 6 of the half. So they've done a lot with very little. They've made these rounds, you know, close contests, but in the end, FURIA has tied it up. But now they can put their best foot forward. Grat has an op. They have their M4s and utility. They can start challenging Banana better because they have their own nades to do it with. And so maybe that'll change things. Maybe Art won't have as much free reign to kind of unleash on B.
So many Molotovs, so many flashbangs. No smoke's really being utilized, though, out of FURIA to push through these. And you see just the amount of utility, you know, quote-unquote, being wasted here. The nade's not really connecting. Molotovs either. Jacob playing the edge of the smoke. I'd imagine he's trying to escape this one. And again, like, we've had so much utility expended towards Banana. It's just been a war field, and yet nothing's really been done out of either team, just trying to poise for control. Jacob's going to escape.
It's that same 4-1 opening from FURIA that we've been seeing time and time again, and something that I was very familiar with from watching their earlier Inferno games or these past couple of tournaments. Like, ever since they brought Henny on board and he takes over like some of the opping duties, Art has just really been focused on being that entry and kind of moving Yuri into more of like an aggro lurk to cut off rotations, and they're relentless. Look at this, they're just creeping up. No nades, dry hitting in to try to get the most room possible for free.
Azur, is he going to push the smoke? Will he have a flashbang? No, he's going to go straight through it in case Serrato says no. He shuts this down, and if you're Grass Faction, Leah, saving has to be your ideal play. Will go down, and FURIA looking really unstoppable on this T side.
Yeah, they are really firing on all cylinders right now.
That's actually a big kill, just for the fact that I believe he gets an SG out of this.
Yep.
And they should be giving that to JKS. And we just saw yesterday what he can do with an SG on Inferno. I mean, he went, was it 50, 27 and 11?
Issue is they're not quite max loss bonus yet.
Sorry,
so
48-27.
Yeah.
No, 47-20. I'll get there eventually in the series.
You got it. The only other issue is, though, is like I was trying to get to, they're not at max loss bonus just yet, so they really can't buy too much around these 2 saved weapons. I mean, maybe some upgraded pistols. Yeah, 3 loss bonus, so that's just not enough. Like, I don't know if they would even want to force around those weapons. I mean, not when it's this close of a score line. Maybe you design some type of play around those 2 weapons, though. Not really sure what their approach should be, but I mean, I feel like what has dictated the pace of this game and what's dictated FURIA's success is them managing Banana better on both sides of the map, especially ever since 100 Thieves had the 4-0 start. Like, the rest of that first half, they were really able to do things better defending it, and now they're attacking it very nicely.
And Elias is having a rough game. Only 3 kills and 10 deaths.
It's tough. I was hoping he had kind of turned the corner because he was actually playing pretty well at their last land coming back. I think Beijing, he played really well.
And even trying to make a play happen with Grass Faction, peeking towards Banana, but wasn't quite able to connect. He actually took a bunch of damage from a grenade coming through. And in the meantime, it looks like FURIA do want to make the play in towards A happen. Liaz trying to connect with the SG. He's got Jacob off to the side. And again, Jacob goes big. He got 3 kills with Famas in a prior round. He gets 2 already off the bat with the CZ.
Ooh. CD spawn control being taken by FURIA here. They know that they have to kind of reroute and take over new territory, but so far so good for 100T. But as I say that, Vinnie and Henny combine and get it back into a 2 versus 2. Luckily, Jacob gets another kill. Now it's all on Henny. He could backtrack all the way to B, but he decides to go ahead and just plant here inside the A site. Now has to try to defend against this retake. There's no utility, but they do have numbers, and they're running together. And that's going to be it.
4 kills in that round. 20 kills so far within the match. He was top fragging for his team yesterday at 48-27 with a 1.68 rating. He's continuing here. You think back to the Famas 3 kills he gets, now the 4K here with the 2 CZs to start things off. Obviously, it's not really going to hinder the economy out of FURIA since they've been able to take so many rounds and relatively cleanly, but that's like a little bit of a fire. That's like a spark under the backside of 100 Thieves to really get them back in this game.
The thing is, it's not going to get easy. There's still so much money on FURIA. They can buy up for days before they would ever need to take a save, as we're just watching a little bit of style points there from Gratis Faction. A little parkour before the op there. Meanwhile, the money is still very fragile for 100 Thieves. Did have to do some rebuying, so you see some of their players are pretty low. But now they have full nade sets, something they haven't really had the luxury of a lot of this half, to be honest with you. Now they can finally start triple stacking B and, you know, slowing down the attack, not let Art be able to get up so fast.
Oh my gosh, the nades coming into Azur. Looked like he wanted to throw in a grenade here too to kind of counter them out, and he's a little bit lucky that one was going to be a Molotov, but his nade actually comes through and does some good damage to KSCERATO and Vinnie.
Yeah, he kind of won that fight in the end. Like, he spread out big damage to 2 different players, and he took all of it himself. So a little bit of a boost here from Art, a little unorthodox. No one was there to receive it, though, on the port side, but looks like they do want to go ahead and charge up here, but that Incendiary will slow them down again so they can maintain this 3B setup. Eventually, as this utility starts to fade and Brackets gets control, now about to see Jacob move back over.
I think Grassfaction has a slight... Okay, no, he doesn't have a hole here to play with, unfortunately. Almost connects the shot either way. Jacob, he waited towards CT spawn. He gets the first, gets the reline up onto the second for KSCERATO. The adjustment comes through.
Big kills.
I mean, so many rounds he's been able to pull up these massive kills to keep them in the rounds and to give them a chance to win it. We'll expect Yuri to actually continue to push through, though, as we can see. Unfortunately not. But Yuri still has 2 players to find on the B side. Actually, the bomb rotating back towards B, and I think Azur and I think was that JKS are going to be pretty happy with this.
Absolutely. They're starting to grab back control of the game, but can they finish it off is the problem, because now JKS is left alone. He's being split from Construction and a Banana. He catches Henny hopping around. He can't finish off the frag, and he finds the other anyway. And now Henny is very low on HP. There's still a chance now for FURIA, but with that shot from Henny, it gets more difficult, because now it's on Liaz, who has been struggling all game long. He forces his way through the fire. He does find one, and he gets the second on the Henny. That was fantastic. Finally, he comes alive, and what a perfect moment to do it.
2 kills to really throw him back into... It's only 5 total, but those 2 really earned more than what you currently see on his scoreboard for him. That second shot onto Henny, I mean, what was that? He even pushed through the Molotov as well, trying to catch him unexpecting.
That was nuts. And it came in such a big round. Like, imagine what happens if they lose. Their money is bad. Fury is up 12-11. They probably go 13-11 for free, or at the very least, the 100T just don't have like a great buy, and their economy is draining. If like Fury wins a couple of rounds, eventually they get forced to save at some point in the next, you know, 2 or 3 rounds. But now, instead, they've been able to stay up 12-11. And, I mean, that's just massive stuff. But also, I got to give some props to Jacob. His initial hold at CT spawn, those 2 kills are big.
Yeah.
I feel like Jacob was the X factor for this team early in the year. Like, back when they had their run at Katowice and they got top 8 that major, the top 4 they had Starlighter Season 7 back in April. When they were starting to build themselves up, it was because Jacob was that additional piece of firepower that could perform next to JKS and give them enough to challenge alongside their strategy. It's good to see him playing well in the series, because that's you know, really helping them succeed.
Looks like 100 Thieves will be gifted control Banana if they did want to take it. Late nades coming through again, connecting onto KSCERATO. Azur's going to rotate away from here, however. Interesting. Liaz had an SG, did he not?
And that clutch he did.
Where'd it go?
You know, that's a really good question.
Did he lose it when he was trying to pick up... Was he trying to pick up another weapon at the end of that round?
Maybe.
But why would he drop the SG?
I don't have an answer for you. Like, I'm really struggling. I think that he clutched with an SG.
Prius? Can you confirm that?
I don't think he... Yeah, okay.
So then where'd it go?
I don't know. Into the void, like all of our socks in the dryer.
Those are like little... what was it, gnomes? I don't know. South Park?
Yeah, I mean,
I take it.
Is it boomer reference, South Park? I mean, is it getting to that point? Are we that old, or is it still, you know,
Who
fresh?
cares?
Yeah, I
We
know.
call people these days. People are so offended so easily.
Here we go, though. Fury looking to attack into the speed bomb site. Smokes are down.
No angle for JKS to really use, unfortunately. Oh, angle for Vinnie, though. Jacob again. He's gone big before. Can he do it another time? We expect Art to be already toward the left-hand side. He's going to spot him out now. The spray comes through. Not able to quite hit the shots, and eventually he will close that one out. There's still going to be Yuri lurking towards the A site, but the problem is Henny's left to himself over towards B, and he has the bomb.
Yeah, Yuri needed to be able to backstab. The problem is now he has to backtrack all the way through Banana come support. He slows everything down. They don't have any time. They have to just back off and save these 2 weapons. Their money actually has finally been drained by 100 Thieves.
Stolen.
Robbed.
Scuffed.
Snatched.
Oh, that was a good one. I was out after that one.
Oh.
That was good.
Pickpocketed.
Yeah, not bad.
Swiped.
Okay, all right, calm down. You're not like Webster's dictionary over here, or I guess not dictionary.
Heisted?
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Yeah. Heisted?
I don't know if that one works.
We're not payday 2, all right?
Yeah.
Last time out coming in for FURIA. Again, very important map here for them to keep their hopes alive, to have a chance. They still have to pull back these next 2 maps and then have to wonder how the tiebreakers would break down. Whereas 100 Thieves, 3 rounds and they're through to the Pro League Finals. Again, they wanted to attend more of these LANs. They wanted to be at more of these, you know, get invites instead of having to qualify through, and they're definitely on track to do so. They've been playing so well.
They're actually, I mean, they're starting to solidify themselves as a top 5 team in the world. Like, when you look at some of their placements between, like, Beijing and Starladder Season 8 and the Berlin Major, if they can do well at this EPL Finals, if, you know, they finish off this match and make it there, like, there's a real argument for that all of a sudden.
Well, they got to clutch out this one and finish this map off. Well, finish the series off, to be fair. Not just the map. Yeah, Nate comes through. Jacob playing up close, gets a nice boost into Grass Faction. They get the early kill, they back away, and already, FURIA, if you're in this round, you have to be frustrated because you don't have really any utility to use here. Yeah, you have 2 smokes, you have 2 flashbangs, but you're down a player.
And yeah, it's not a lot, dude. Like, that's like bare minimum for a B execute, coffins and CT spawn smoke. Like, then you can't defend against retakes, like the latter stages after the bomb's already down. And if you want to go A, what, you can like smoke library and arch and wrap, maybe smoke off pit. Like, it definitely limits your options.
Well, looks like they will be heading over towards A. Liaz and Az are there to receive this push. Even Jacob rotating back in towards CT spawn. There we go. Smoke's being thrown in. Counter-nade's being thrown in out of 100 Thieves, though, but no one's really taking damage on FURIA's side from that. But the smokes they throw down are going to start to dissipate here. I mean, the second one going down over towards Moto is going to help a little bit, but the one they threw down in towards site is going to fade off. Liaz is still playing on the top pen side of this. There's no Molotov to force out his position, but they've been able to get players on site more importantly. And Liaz is just really not able to go for any shots. He's been fluffing his shots here initially, but gets down Serato. He's staying alive, which allows the extra pressure to come in from him.
Oh, so much damage, but can't finish the frag onto Yuri, but he's got assistance now.
Flash and smoke for Grass Faction to help on the retake here. Oh. He wants this, you know, he wants to spam that. If he would just shoot right there, he would get it, but Yuri just sidesteps it. They still have time on their side, though. Liaz has flashbangs to open things up for Grass Faction. And I know where both players are going to be, and Liaz pushes in from the side perfectly, trying to focus this down. They do take down Art. They do take the round to go up to 14. And FURIA, they've got no money.
They don't, but they're starting to build their lost ones, and they got a plant. So I think they should be okay.
Yeah, they have about 4.4 on average.
They'll have a pretty solid buy. They don't really op anyway on T-side Inferno, so it's not like they have to worry about that investment, so they should be able to get rifles and nade sets. Thing is, they're running out of rounds. That's like the real big problem. And if these go ahead and 2-0 the series, they definitely get the playoff spot. We have, like I said, kind of a fun match with the United and Osiris later, kind of for pride and for experience and all that good stuff, but, you know, this is the real weight is on these next couple of rounds.
We've seen even 100 Thieves getting a little bit cheeky. I mean, the boost up out of Jacob for Grass Faction to go for the early op shot. Again, utility is not really there on the side of FURIA as they're trying to maintain it a little bit longer into these rounds. Yuri, if he just actually pushes the smoke, he might catch a window here. Jacob will be there, however, but he's rotated back in towards CT. Grass Faction's still watching it, though, and he's not going to let that happen. No flank coming in for him. Maybe they're going to try to reinforce the B site now, trying to see that. Well, with the information of knowing Yuri tried to flank in towards CT spawn, and Jake has to wait and receive. He gets the first kill, and this is going to be so tough for FURIA.
He did. Jacob decides to commit through the smoke, actually spans down one right away. JKS and him combo it up, the double Js. So good at defending sites together across the map pool. Do it again. And there it is, series point for 100 Thieves. 1 round away from booking their ticket to Denmark and representing Australia, New Zealand, Norway, but coming from the Americas region. So kind of representing us in a way. North American organization.
It's kind of weird, right?
It's like, you know.
Australia, New Zealand, Norway, Americas. We're all one world anyways, right?
Yeah.
Well, FURIA. MP5 coming in for Vinnie. Mac 10s as well. Deal for Henny. And they've already taken a bunch of damage trying to make their way in towards the B site. Flashbangs being thrown through, but might just be it here for FURIA. They need to get a big kill. They have to worry about the 2 players tucked away inside. Molotovs even thrown in, but not really landing on where Jacob's going to be holding. And JKS is just going to spam things down. He gets himself a quick double and a triple. And I think that might do it here. You can see Jacob pushing up for the final kill. It's all on Serato against 3 to keep FURIA's hopes alive here to potentially get into the Pro League Finals. He's able to rescue the SG that we did have in the site. But with only a smoke And a minute to try to get the bomb down. This is going to be so tough, but he actually might have made a smart play. However, Grass Faction's still waiting at the bottom of Banana.
Yeah, that's the thing. He needs to win this duel. If he loses the duel, obviously the round's over. I mean, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But if he can win the duel, it might unlock him to be able to run up A, plant the bomb, have a 1v2 post-plant, but he doubles back. This allows these two to stay firmly entrenched on B because Grat has the other side covered.
Interesting that Azure actually smoked off towards CT spawn here. Bomb will be planted. He has pushed in from Coffins. K-Star has to hit these shots, and he has to worry about Banana as well. As we can see Grass Faction making his way up. He knows 100% that there is a player coming from here. Grass Faction's going to have the pistol out. He's going to be sprayed down. K-Star still has 2 more to find, but Liaz will close that one out. And 100 Thieves, they will be representing Americas in the Pro League Finals over in Denmark.
Yep.
Them and ATK coming through the second group stage.
Yeah, congrats to them. Like you said, they joined ATK from the second stage and Made in Brazil, EG, Liquid, and Sharks in the first stage. Several years